Hi everyone, my name is Reni. Today I'm in the big city of Toronto and I am excited to be able to connect with everyone. Let me show you why. Hello from Collision Conference 2022. We are live at the Enercare Center here in Toronto, where there are 33,000 attendees, 900 speakers, and 1,200 journalists, including yours truly. Come with me as I interview startup founders and CEOs, and they will teach us how to not go broke trying to become an entrepreneur. Hi everyone, I'm Reni, and today we're here with Don't Go Broke Trying. Today we're going to be talking about how to not go broke trying to become a founder or an entrepreneur. So I am here with Samuel of Fleri. Hi Samuel.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, Reni.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, I appreciate you. So can you tell us a little bit about you and Fleri?
Fleri is essentially a platform that helps immigrants ensure that the money they spend on their family back home goes exactly where they intend, starting with healthcare. So with Fleri Health, you're able to purchase healthcare plans and directly pay your healthcare providers to provide the services that your loved ones need without having to transfer money.
If you could give one piece of advice to founders to make sure they don't go broke trying to become an entrepreneur, what would that advice be?
It'll be do what works for you. Like, don't quit that job if you know you don't have anybody to provide you with money. When people talk about like friends and family round, yeah, they're not talking about you. They mean like they're people who've got them. Yeah, we don't have that, which means that keep that job, take that extra job, do whatever Uber you're gonna do or whatever. Like, don't listen to everybody. You gotta do the thing that works for you to ensure that you don't go broke trying.
Don't go broke trying to listen to everyone else and trying to be other people, basically. So today I have a very special guest. This is Istiana from Monday Girl, and I am a Monday Girl stan, so I'm excited to interview her. Hi, Istiana.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on the podcast and talking to my audience. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and Monday Girl?
Yeah, so my name's Istiana. I'm the co-founder of Monday Girl. We're an all-in-one networking platform for women. So we connect thousands of women to job opportunities, mentorship, skill building workshops, just everything that you need to get started in your career.
Yeah. And I always say networking is so important and it's a game changer. And I know a lot of my followers have raved about your platform. So I think your platform is amazing. So thank you for even launching this. So if you could give one piece of advice to founders to make sure that they don't go broke trying to start their business, what would it be?
You have to be willing to figure things out, especially in the beginning. Like YouTube, the internet is your friend.
Yes.
But also that doesn't mean that you have to do everything at once and be like this expert in everything, because it's just not possible. And like everyone has their own skill set. So do what you're best at. Like for me, I am like the creative marketing branding of Monday Girl. I suck at like numbers and sales and finance. That's Rachel. So work with people and find people who balance, are in the skill set that you don't like or are not as good at. And you can create systems that way. And
yeah, great advice. Thank you so much. And if someone wants to sign up for Monday Girl, how would they do that?
So you can sign up at mondaygirl.ca. You can sign up for a free newsletter or social club, which opens on a quarterly basis. You can join the wait list. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So today I have Bromberg of StimScience here to talk to us about how, the lack of sleep that a lot of us are having is actually killing your businesses. So we're going to talk about that. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being here.
Thanks for having me, Reni. It's awesome to be with you.
No problem. My pleasure. So I would love if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm the CEO of StimScience. StimScience is about better sleep through neuroscience. So most people, when they think of sleep, they think about the sleep environment. How dark is your room or how soft is your mattress? But the reality is sleep is a brain activity. Our neuroscience team has actually figured out how to hack that electrical pattern. So we've launched a new headband that is the first headband to offer personalized brain stimulation for sleep. It's called Somni, and it's available for pre-order now. and it reads your individual brain patterns as you're falling asleep to gently stimulate your brain in order to promote your unique sleep pattern.
Wow. So I know that you are not the founder of the company, but you are the CEO, which is a huge title, and you moved from corporate to a startup. So I want to know, how was that journey moving from corporate to startup? And do you have any tips to make sure that people don't go broke trying to do that same thing?
Yeah, sure. It's a great question, super important one. So I was for years, on the executive team at Amazon, and I had a really successful run there. And so, number one thing I'd say is that I had, the kind of some savings from my time at Amazon that allowed me with a little bit of a financial cushion to leave and go work at a startup. But the other thing I'd say is, if any of your listeners are thinking about leaving, the corporate world and going to startups, is do it, man.
Yeah.
It's like, it's obviously there are some financial considerations, but the number one consideration from my point of view is just the opportunity to work on things that deeply matter, to work with people that are 100% committed to, the mission of what we're trying to get done, and to have a huge impact on, in our case, on people's sleep, but on whatever you're trying to accomplish. It's just so rewarding to work on something on your own that, that consideration for me is more important than dollars and cents.
Yes, and don't go broke trying to hustle, everyone.
My name is David Ojeyinka, and I'm the founder of the FreshStart Hub, a platform that is focused on helping internationally trained talents navigate their career journey faster through all our resources.
Nice, I love it. See the elevator pitch. I can tell you're a founder. So I want to know, have you ever had an experience with struggling financially to start your business?
Yes, of course. I remembered when we started, and it was very painful because we had a few challenges along the way, and but the good thing about my approach was that I wasn't looking for the accolades. I was looking for the impact. So the goal was to start very small and grow gradually. The mistake that a lot of people do is they want to start big. Start small and grow over time. And as long as you are committed to that vision, it's a matter of time. And you can easily iterate, because when you've invested a lot of money, it's hard for you to be able to say, you know what, I'm going on this path, I can't just pivot.
So can you give us one piece of advice? If there was only one piece of advice you could give, one piece of advice to ensure that we don't go broke trying to become a founder?
I would say that test the idea with the minimum cost. Be scrappy at the beginning. That's what I would say. Just test it and test that idea. Don't sit on that idea thinking that, it's impossible. I remembered when I started this journey, I used to tell my team that there have been betrayal, there's been hurt, there's been disappointment, there's been times when I doubted myself. But I would say just start and don't put a lot of money at the beginning. If you can, by all means, do that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the
Thank you.
podcast. It's an honor. And everyone, make sure you listen to his podcast as well, because FreshStart Hub podcast is great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd love to know about your business and what you actually do.
Sure. So we make the one and only camera for the Apple Watch. And I actually teamed up with one of the original engineers from the Apple Watch team to make this thing come alive. In startup world, everything takes 2 to 3 times longer than you think it will, and costs 2 to 3 times as much as you think it will. So people like Matt, come in here. People like Matt, who's my incredible co-founder, it's all about the people, right? So I'm not a marketer, and my engineering skills are limited. So it's really all about finding people like Matt, but it takes a team and a half and a lot of capital and really supportive investors to do something like this.
It's genius. So if you could give us one piece of advice to ensure that my listeners don't go broke trying to become a founder, what would that one piece of advice be?
Okay. A lot of people when they have an idea, they think, I can't talk about my idea because I'm afraid somebody's going to steal it, right? Nobody's stealing your idea. The best thing you can do if you have an idea is talk to as many smart people with as much experience that's relevant to that idea as you possibly can. And whatever idea you had initially is going to evolve. And so that idea is only going to become richer and deeper and actually grow up and become something that can stand on its own 2 feet. And that only happens by being open and talking and getting feedback, critical feedback. So it's all about doing the best you can, getting it on paper into a deck, right? Put together slides, a deck, 10, 20, 30 is a great paradigm by Guy Kawasaki for building that first deck. And just get out there and start talking to people about it and get feedback and, and get ripped apart by smart people. And then you're going to learn and you're going to be able to refine that. And then it can actually have the potential to grow into something that can actually stand the test of time and become a real business.
That was great advice. Thank you so much. So here we have Ari from WristCam, and I will leave all the information about his company in the description box below. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We're both Lemonade partners here, and this is Tunde. Tunde, hi, how are you?
Hi, Reni. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you for being here. So could you tell us a little bit about you and your company?
So my name is Tunde. I'm an immigrant in Canada. HumanSquad is a platform that helps immigrants, people looking to immigrate to Canada, immigrate affordably and conveniently. So what we do is really connect people to regulated Canadian immigration consultants. And our other product is Schoolify, which is really helping people get admission to schools in Canada, US, Australia, Germany, and lately we added Switzerland to it.
Nice, congrats, all amazing stuff. My final question is, if you could give one piece of advice to others to ensure they do not go broke trying to become an entrepreneur, what would that be?
I would say first is ensure that you've really gotten your product right and ensuring that your product is serving a particular service that will sort of get you revenue, right? You don't want to be in validation stage for so long and trying to validate, is this product right or not? And that way you sort of stretch it out so much, you spend money, time, resources, and eventually if it doesn't work out, you lose everything, right? So I think that validation stage, make it very short, right? So that eventually you know right off the bat, is this the right thing or not, right? And then you can take it from there.
Wow, great advice. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Reni. I'm so glad to be here today.
Today, I wanted to just know a little bit about you and then your journey and then how to not go broke trying to become a founder. So could you tell us a little bit about who you are and your business?
My name is Adetona Omokanye. I'm the CEO and the founder of ThreeDotsNFT. At 3Dots, we create a ticketing platform that enables organizers, events creators, and event planners to, digitize their ticket and be able to trade it as an NFT.
Very cool. And a lot of founders go broke trying to found their startup, especially in that first year. So can you tell us, how's your journey been so far?
So, to be honest, I'm still a broke founder.
Okay.
There has never been any investment till now.
Not yet.
At this collision event, I've been able to pitch to a couple of people, and they're actually willing and to partner with us.
Okay.
Someone even already signed up for an accelerator program that's coming up soon. So that's like there's still hope, and because we believe in the business, they also believe in the business. But how not to go broke as a founder or a co-founder, man. To be honest, it's a difficult thing to be sincere. So I personally, I didn't just dive into business full time. I have a part-time business I do. That's make sure that, to be honest, as a co-founder, I should be able to take care of what you eat and where you sleep.
Yes.
Because if all of these two things are not into places, there's no way you can even think straight. So being able to solve that actually give me so much confidence to put in effort into founding this particular business I'm actually running with.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you.